Hello, farmers. It's River here. Welcome to another episode of American Outback. And we are sitting here looking at the spreadsheet. And if you notice, we are on day 3 here. I kind of highlighted that one row in this one. And you can see that we have a plan to do nothing today on this field. So, while we do a good amount of spraying, we've got it figured out that we're going to get about a 9.6 score on the harvest there. So that's, about as good as we're probably going to get. There's no way we can just add 1 PK to this, and all of the other numbers are going to be spot on. So, and you can tell that over on this side where nitrogen's at 1, meaning 100%, 80% on our PK score, unfortunately. But again, without a way of spraying 1 PK, we could spray 1 PK, but then we could do a 3-1. There we go. Where we get the NPK, but it's not worth. We'll lose too much on this score here. So in any event, so that's it. We're done spraying this field, and 13 is its mirror image. Oop, I lied. 13 is not its mirror image. I guess apparently we need to spray PK. That's right. We went out and sprayed stuff on, now that I'm remembering, on field 12, so we kind of got all our spraying done in one day. We'll confirm that the numbers are good when we get out there on each of the fields. So field 13 and 14 are going to need PK and water today. So we'll run out there and do those right away. And then field 20 and 27 will also need PK and water apparently. Notice that even though this is the second day crop. So here we are on day 3, yet we'll get this PK and water done, and that should be all the spraying that's needed there. Remember, too, that we had sprayed some stuff ahead of time, so, our numbers, we had sprayed nitrogen, and we had sprayed some lime at that point, so that's why we don't have to spray much after the planting. And we'll jump over here, and likewise with this field, we did spray some stuff ahead of time, and we will plant, probably not in this episode, but in the next one. We'll kind of see how long everything takes. I'll fast forward through most all the spraying, but we'll still see. So maybe we'll get to planting these fields. There we go. So before we do that, we'll go take a look at the numbers, and we'll probably spray PK and water, herbicide. Again, each of the fields sends to start out, but then just looking at it, see, I'm not sure. I got different numbers here and there. I don't have a 4 in this nitrogen. And eventually we bought field 21, so what we're probably going to have to do here is just spray another dose of herbicide on it so that we don't get weeds growing up in it. If I'm remembering correctly, we just sprayed a single dose of herbicide, and we'll probably go out there and spray another dose. As far as the grass fields go, here we are on day 3 here, and we want to spray some PK on that and get that up. I'm not real sure that I'm going to cut this grass today. I'm not sure, how much I'm going to get into grass farming. But at this point, I, could use any money that I can get. So I do want to eventually get a lawnmower for getting grass as opposed to the chaff that we have now. So we'll see. Like I've said in other episodes, I don't want to go into too much debt at this point. And this field's going to be the same here, field 11. But in any event, whether we cut it or not, we do want to probably spray some PK and get that going. So there we go. I'm not sure what else to say about it. We've gone through this spreadsheet quite a bit. So what we'll do is we'll check the numbers. I'll have the spreadsheet open in the tractor while I'm driving around. And we can take a look and make sure that the numbers are all okay. And do any adjustments that we need to do at that point. So we'll go out there and we'll get some PK in the tractor and we'll head on out. So I'll see you guys in a minute at the front door of the house. All right, guys, we just got out of the house, and let's go and get ourselves a tractor and get ourselves a sprayer hooked up to it. Like I said in the last episode, we'll leave that water tank there. The last episode we got, where the heck is my sprayer? I lose stuff on this farm as much as any other. These buildings are nice, but they kind of block your view. That's the spreader. There we go. Oh yeah, this mess. I wonder if we can't just push that guy. Let's see if we can't push him around without doing damage to... I don't think we did any damage to anything. I hope. Lined up about right. Yep, there we go. Alright, so we have nitrogen in there before, so let's go from before. So, you know, we do need to get a washing machine here, a high pressure washer to clean some of this junk up. Alright, there we go. So let's switch this over to PK and fill her up. Go. Now, we don't have to spray field 12, but I want to go take a look at the numbers. And I got the spreadsheet open now, and I'm expecting those numbers to be at 7, 4, 6.8, and 71. So that cost us $600. Isn't too bad for this stuff, is it? So let's just stop by here real quick. And try to stay a little bit away from your tram lines, though. Again, this is all a little bit of gray area. So what do we say? 7, 4, 6.8, and 71. So, you know, we will lose another 14 on the moisture, and we should be right at 57. We already lost 14 last night, but we kind of made up for that by spraying the water. So we sprayed, we got 28, so we actually went up. So we're in good shape on that field, which is encouraging when that happens. So let's get out here and get around, and we'll double check. Like I said, 13 and 14 should be the same. There's no guardrail there, is there? Alright, at this point, one of the things I am going to do is use course play, because if you don't, you end up with more than just tram lines. You end up ruining so much crops. So let's get the course play out. Even though it's going to cost us some money, I think it's kind of worth it. 13 spray 24. Let's hop out real quick and see what we got. And jumping over to that tab on the spreadsheet, we have reading day one. We have 7, 1, 6.8, and 43. Yep, 7, 1, 6.8, and 43. So that should be the same exact thing for 14. I'm not going to stop the fast forwarding once I get over there unless there's something actually wrong. So I will come here and, oops, where did I start this guy? Over here. Longest, straightest. Always start on your longest, straightest. And I am going to raise this guy up so he doesn't hit the fence. I don't think the course play guy would do that on his own. Alright, so let's just see. Get backed out a little bit. Let's just see how this guy does. It doesn't matter. Yeah, nearest waypoint's going to work fine. Wrong trailer. Okay, well, why don't we fertilize and seeding? Yeah, you see him start out fine. Alright, guys, well, I'm going to fast forward the spraying of at least these two fields. And especially assuming if the nutrients are the same value. are here, and I notice we don't have any tram lines. So I will get into position. Let's raise this guy up so we don't hit the fences again. And might as well get him unfolding. Once he's unfolded, we'll jump out. And what I would like to do is let's get my GPS going. And let's move the GPS over a bit to start out. Alright, so we're unfolded. Get it to where it looks like it's about the edge of the field. Alright, so let's... not quite there yet. A little bit more. Alright, looks like we'll have coverage. Let's go back a tiny bit. Alright, so now what I'm going to do... let's back up a tiny bit. Hitting that fence here. So I don't have tram lines in this field, so I will do this field manually. But before we even do that, let's run out into it. And the spreadsheet's saying 827 on the pH and 57 on the moisture. And remember, I don't take the odd numbers into account, so it jumps up to 7.1 instead of 7. But then when you go back down, it jumps back down to 6.8. So in any event, we're right where we expect to be. We got good weed prevention. And again, this is the second day for this field. And so we're right on the money. You know, again, we'll end up with pretty much the same score of 9.6, which is a darn good score. All right, let's hop in here. All right, GPS is still set. We will hit cruise control, and I will do the same thing. Field number 27 should be the same, so unless there's something unusual about it, I will just go right ahead and spray that field, and then we're probably going to come right back and do it all over again with some water. So let me talk to you when I'm done field 27. Here we are, guys, back and done field number 27, and I was thinking about it. Really not much reason not to go ahead and deal with fields 23 and 24, because if memory serves me well, I am thinking that we need to spray PK in those, so there's no point in going a long way and not just getting that done. So, oops, I don't think it matters, but I think I could go that other way. Go this way. I think I gotta go in down by the moonshine plant there anyway. This field's nice and quick and easy anyhow, but we'll take a run onto it. Now there's no crops planted, so I'm thinking, depending on where we sit, we may get away with no tram lines in this field. Just because if this and maybe some water is all we need to spray. We'll see. I'll work out the spreadsheet with you guys here in a half second. I know you won't be able to see it, but next time I show it, we'll go over it a little bit better probably. Alright, so let's get spray 24 up. Oops, let's close off the last one first. Alright, so let's get kind of lined up. Again, there's nothing in here, so we can sort of ride on the field a bit. Back that thing into the bushes. Let's raise this up before we forget. Let's do X, get that spreading out. And then we'll hop out here real quick. Let's get our GPS back on, and might as well move that over while we're waiting. Again, this field's not really worth course playing, even if it was. But again, I hate making the huge tram lines. Alright, so let's come out to here and see what we've got. 7.1. Oops, let me get my spreadsheet open again. Get it to field number. This is 24. Not that it matters too much. Yep, my spreadsheet says 42771. So let me change my nitrogen again. Oops, change it by 5. I wrote 5 instead of writing 9. Yep, 27.1, which on my spreadsheet is just a 7. And 71. So if we spray some PK, which will give us 3, and then we spray, our water will be down to 29. So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to add 28 to the water because we're going to spread some PK and some water. And that will be, you know, pretty much the same as the other fields. It'll give us a 9.6 score. And we should be in good shape. So I will go ahead and spray this one, and it's, you know, again, assuming 23 is the same thing, which I'd be willing to bet some money that it will be. We're going to do the same thing in that field. So I will, oops, let's get the course play on. So not course play, GPS. I will see you guys when I'm done spraying field 23. Hopefully you guys didn't notice me run into that tree. Damage things. But we got this done. So let's close some of this stuff down for now. And I thought about something I didn't mention, which was we need to get some herbicide in this field. So what that's going to do is reduce our pH by 0.2. So the question is, would it be better to spray the pH, or the lime, sorry, and get the pH up or not? So just playing with the spreadsheet, I put in 0.4 to see what happens, and we would get a score of 9.6. Well, that doesn't seem right. Let's see what happens if we just put in minus 0.2. Yep, we would get a slightly less score of 9.3. So according to this, we're going to be better off, though. You know, we're going to be better off actually raising the pH. So we're going to give this call it the full Monty. Um, we are going to spray just about everything on these fields, 23 and 24. We can't do two different nutrients in the same day, but we're going to give it some water. We're going to give it some PK, one nutrient. We're going to give it some lime, and we are going to give it some herbicide. And for all of that spraying, we're only going to raise the water by 28. So now the good news is once we're done spraying, we're not going to spray that field, for the rest of the growth. It's going to be done and ready. So while I don't think it's generally worth doing this regularly, like getting everything sprayed ahead of time, it's certainly, I don't think you lose that much with the tram lines. I could be wrong, but probably depends on the field a little bit. All right, let me focus here for 1 second. What do we want? We want water. So we'll get everything sprayed in water. And let's refill it. See, water doesn't cost us anything, which is kind of nice. So, in other words, these fields will be in good shape for the rest of the ride. We won't spray another darn thing on 23 and 24. But like I said, I really don't think it's worth losing a day's harvest to get that. Like, day's growth is 25%. If every, let's just say you had 5 growth cycles, by spraying a field, skipping a day, you're really only going to get 4 cycles in that same period of time. Something like that. I hope you know what I mean. So that's 25%. I don't think you lose 25% of the crops because of tram lines. And I'm not even sure that would work out 100% anyway, so. Alright, well, let's get field 13. I did that again. Same thing I did last time. Let's get this guy raised up. And yeah, I think I'm just going to fast forward the spraying of water on all these fields, bada bang. And I will come back when we're ready to go. Guys, we got a bunch of water sprayed, and I've been doing more thinking. It's a dangerous thing to let me spray these fields for too long. And what I have been thinking is that if I spread the lime out first, I'm going to get 0.8. Let me turn off this GPS. I'm going to get 0.8 instead of 0.6 for the pH. And I really don't want it to go up that high. So what I will probably do is just spray the lime tomorrow, in game tomorrow. And be, I don't want to say be done with it, but then at least that way I could do it right after I plant the crops too. We'll see how I feel about spraying. It's a little bit quicker at 8 times speed fast forwarding. But so now we've sprayed water and PK, and what I want to do is I want to get some herbicide in here. And let me check that they're both going to get AA on my spreadsheet. Yeah, potatoes and sugar beets both get A or B. So we'll do A. Well, let's see. Let's look at the price, because I've always done A just because it's the first on the list, but realistically, let's go back all the way around. Went too far. So A is going to leave us 19,878. If we go to B, see there's going to be a little bit less money up there, so 19,692. So we are better off spreading A. A is a little bit cheaper, it appears. So we will refill, and I will head back out. And this, I'm hoping that this episode's not just going to be you guys watching me fast forward. Obviously, we've talked a bit about the soil mod, but yeah, I hate to make an episode that's just nothing but fast forwarding spraying, but this is typically what I do when I play the soil mod, is I get all the spraying out of the way. We will have to go back and spray field 21 with another dose, a single dose of any kind of herbicide. These double doses are far more expensive. Really probably not even, it's probably worth spraying every day, but life's too short to, just get the herbicide out there. Plus the other problem with spraying every day is you would add water to it, so that's not such a good thing. So let's raise this guy back up, get him spreading out, turn our GPS back on. So now that we have the tracks in the field, I guess that's what we'll call it, I won't even bother turning on the course play. So I turn that course play on just because it's mentally easier for me to, it's just easier for me to follow, where I want to go. Especially if I get some fields, I get a little bit of a special pattern going that I think is the most efficient. It kind of reminds me of where to go, but like I said, with nothing in the field for one thing, and in addition there's sorry, let me turn. Can't talk and turn at the same time apparently. In addition, there is these lines here now, so not a problem. Kind of missed that corner a little bit. All right, well, let me fast forward again. We'll get these 2 fields done with the herbicide AA, and then we'll head out to field 21. I might as well just do all that running around at high speed too, and I'll see you guys when it's done. But then we'll be ready to get the cultivator out here, get ready to plant some crops. Get ready to cultivate it. So I was thinking that there should be fertilizer, you would think, at this garden center, would you? Yep, look, fertilizer tank. Yeah, save us a trip back to the farm. Alright, so let's refill. And let's swing it around. Let's see which one's the cheapest again. So this is leaving us with 25,540. Yep, that's less. Less again, so A is going to be our best bet. Alright, so off we go out to field number 21, and we'll get that sprayed. Now the issue that we will have possibly is running the water up higher on this field. Because we're going to spray these 2 days, we're going to be adding moisture each of those 2 days. So let's get course play course. I'm not going to use the course play again, but I will get it set up. And I'm just going to bust on into the field. Well, I guess I could have gone down here anyway. Driving through the aloe. What are those? Are those aloe, or what do they make tequila out of? It's not aloe, but something like that. Alright, so let's get this guy spread out. We'll get our course play going, or GPS, I keep calling it course play. And we'll get this sprayed, and that'll be it for the day as far as spraying goes. I am going to take a short break after we get this done, just in real life, and then try to get an idea how long the video would be. Alright, so, yep, see we got 71 soil moisture. We're not going to spread this again to the next day, so that's going to get us up to like 81. Let's just take a look. We'll lose 14, so, well, we're just going to go ahead and do it. There's a few ways we can get away with the soil moisture and reducing it by spreading instead of spraying. So that'll give us a little slightly different challenge, but I don't want the weeds growing up, so it's not like we're going to decide not to do this based on whatever might happen. And right now, for whatever reasons, I don't feel like thinking about it that hard, because I like to make my strategy once when I start the field and hopefully stick to it as long as I don't make any mistakes. So it's, you know, what you do ahead of time, as long as you don't mess it up too bad, is, you know, you can usually adjust for things. Alright, so let me fast forward and I'll see you at the end of the field. Guys, I have done all the spraying that I want to do for today. Thought about it. I think I wrote the lime on the spreadsheet for tomorrow. So when it comes to fields 23 and 24, we can do the lime after we plant. That'll give us some tram lines, but oh well, life goes on, doesn't it? So we will head back. What I was thinking of is just thinking about it while I was doing that field. I've been spraying long enough. I'm sure this episode will be long enough, even if it's too short. It'll be fine. But what we should probably do since we're all done spraying, and that sets up our soil mod, we'll just make this the soil mod episode of the week kind of thing. And why don't we go back to the house here, and we will get into the spreadsheet again, and I'll show you the few changes that I made and with the fields 23 and 24. And I think I want this barn, right? Put this thing in. Yeah, right here. That's fine. Alright, we'll drop it off. So we'll zoom in a bit. Just park our tractor right here. Alright, well, I'll see you in the house. I'll see you at the computer, and we'll take another look at the spreadsheet. Ending the episode right where we began. So field number 12, you can see really all I did was highlight these in light blue, show that I was done. So again, we're not gonna get much better than a 9.6 score there, and you can get to calculate my yield, and I expect it to be a little bit off because my calculations don't allow for the tram lines, which are probably, again, I don't know if you really need to know a yield predictor, but, you know, it's also just proving out that my score was right. But field 23 and 24 we did take a look at, so we wrote in the numbers. This was the one that was the most off. And so here's where we're going to sit. So you can see I put the lime in on the second day when we sprayed some PK, some herbicide, and some water. The water makes us go up 28, and again, that you don't add any more for the other water. You would have had 14, but then because we did the water, we get 28. There's my minus 0.2 for the pH, and you can see that's reflected right up here. Right there, sorry. No, where is it? Oh, why do I got it all the way down here? Well, anyway, there it is. Herbicides minus 0.2 pH. I guess that's the herbicide section. I wanted to point out again to remind everybody that when you cultivate with the rapid seeder, you cultivate and seed, that doesn't count to give you the extra 0.2. It's only when you use the real cultivators that you get the 0.2. So since we would be cultivating this field for potatoes, we don't want to spray that lime until after we cultivate, which we could do, but again, it's just really to give us some spraying to do tomorrow, because we'll have some spraying in field 21. But, and again, I won't write this down till we go out to the field tomorrow, but you know, I already know this was wrong. I just kind of remember from being in game, and you know, and this was also already at 71. So you can see we're going to probably start actually at 85. Probably should delete that number. It doesn't need to be in there. But so we're gonna get another 14 from tonight. So, but you can see even if we don't do anything, the water will drop all the way down to 43. So it'd just be a matter of trying to get as much spraying done on one day, and then we might have to spread to avoid getting any more water on the field. And the one thing that you can't spread is the herbicides, by the way. So keep that in mind. So like, you know, we're going to definitely do a herbicide here, and that will definitely add 14. But if we do like PK here, we'll do PK spread. Oops. Something like that. So, and we could probably even go back out there and spread PK on it if we wanted to. Might not even be a bad idea, but I'm not too worried about it. We'll work it out, and like I said, it'll be a good thing. I did, just as I opened up the spreadsheet, remember we didn't do anything with the grass field, so maybe we'll take care of that in another episode. We'll just deal with the grass in general. Hopefully, maybe even after we take a look at do we have some more biogas to sell? Or I know we dropped off to make some compost. We could probably sell that. Maybe we can even afford to get ourselves a lawnmower. Get out there and make some hay, you know, or at least make some grass, because we'll need that. I do plan on getting into animals a bit. And you may be able to see all the way down there, this is the 21st of September, so we got about another month before Farming Simulator 17. So if you're following my channel, you'll know that I am going to stop doing the Gifts of the Caucasus, and we will start. I will plan on, you know, keeping with this map pretty much until Farming Simulator 17. I'll keep putting out some other videos on the games that I'm playing. Matter of fact, I think I want to go drive a train after I get done this for a little while before I go to bed. And yeah, so there you go. So that's where we stand. We should be in good shape. I am tempted to do the line because then I won't get any tram line. So, I may change my mind before I get back into the game. And if you guys have any questions about the soil mod, I know they certainly seem to be the most popular videos, and I'd be happy to answer them. As a matter of fact, some of the videos about the soil mod have come because you guys have asked questions. So, well, once again, as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye-bye.